My name is Mike from Peninsula Hydroponics, and today we're going to talk about starting seeds, specifically squashes, watermelons, cucumbers. We start these seeds a little later than our peppers and tomatoes because of the fact that they germinate and they grow so quickly. We don't need as much time in advance before we put them in the ground. What we like to do is we like to soak our seeds in a warm water solution with a liquid seaweed, like this here by Neptune's Harvest. Most of the seaweed products that people use to soak seeds are from the same source. Ascophyllum is a specific type of kelp, and it's from the North Atlantic. And the reason we use kelp is because it's high in natural growth hormones, specifically gibberellic acid. I might not be pronouncing that right, but what that does is it helps the plant, the seeds, release the enzymes that are necessary to start the germination process. Really helps. We get about 25% higher success rate, and the seeds seem to germinate quicker like that. So we start off with about 2 cups of warm water. Neptune's Harvest recommends a teaspoon per cup of water when you're doing a seed soak. So we'll open this up. Really like these guys. They make some good products. We did 2 teaspoons here in our 2 cups. 1, 2. I'm not gonna worry about pH again or anything like that. So just a nice warm water to help get it into the seeds a little quicker. One thing I want to talk about is watermelons. We don't soak those seeds. That can actually cause them to rot in the soil, and so that's one of the melons or the squash family that we don't want to soak. So remember that. Another important thing about watermelons is that they'll germinate much quicker at 7 degrees versus 90 degrees. There was a study done a while back, I forget the specific university, but they were able to determine that on average, watermelon seeds at 70 degrees Fahrenheit took about 10 days to germinate. At 90 degrees Fahrenheit, it took about 3 days. So having a heat mat or propagation mat really makes a big difference when it comes to watermelon, and that's why we run our temperatures a little higher. We do about 85 degrees, and we have really good luck like that. With the other plants, again, they'll be on a propagation mat too, and they'll be under artificial lighting. We'll get them off to a nice healthy start. We'll start with some Black Beauty zucchini, which dump in a cup like this. We already have the cups labeled, so we kind of know what we're doing here. Some lemon squash next. Got some crooked early golden squash. I'm gonna do a little bit of spaghetti squash. We have butternut squash here. These are welcome butternuts. And we have the sour gherkin cucumbers. Like I said, cucumbers, squashes can start a little later and still be right on time. No big deal. Spill a few. Our favorite cucumbers, these Chicago pickled cucumbers. They did really great for us last year. We'll go ahead and put those in here. By the way, these are all plants that are going to be for sale during our spring plant sale. We have some oranging okra. Okra definitely benefits from being soaked. So we'll do that. And lastly, we got some Clemson spineless. These are all heirloom varieties from Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds, aka rareseeds.com. They make some really good. We always have good luck with them, so that's why we stock them. Just a little bit of water. It's not going to take much. The water kelp mixture, just enough to allow the seeds to absorb some of that and hopefully jumpstart that germination process. Doesn't take a lot. That stuff's relatively cheap. You could even straighten out the leftovers and feed it to your plants after you soak the seeds. It's not going to hurt anything. So we'll leave this here for 4 to 6 hours, maybe a little longer. Get these planted by the end of the day, and they'll be ready to go in about 3 to 4 weeks from this point. So, like I said, just a little tip from us here at Peninsula Hydro.